I've been watching a lot of Sonny recently, best ever food review show, and I've seen him eat the craziest things ever. And that got me thinking, what are the nastiest foods ever? Some people might find other foods disgusting, while others might love it, so this is just the opinions of the masses. Food is made for survival, but when you have other food options available, why choose these? In this video, I'll be going over the grossest foods I've ever heard or seen. A lot of the food doesn't look terrible, but based on what most people say on taste, they will be classified as gross. Smell is also going to be a factor on how gross a food is, so keep that in mind. If I forget a certain food, my bad. And if I forgot anything you think that should have been on the list, then feel free to tell me. Feel free to like and subscribe while you're at it, Lastly, now you have some new recipes for Mother's Day. Congratulations. With all that being said, hoping I'm not forgetting anything, it is I, the GOAT. Let us begin. Let's start off easy and progressively get worse over time. I will not insert good items in between foods this time. It's going to be back-to-back nasty. But a food a lot of people would consider to be nasty is durian. Durian is a fruit that mainly grows around Southeast Asia, like Malaysia, Indonesia, etc. Durian is very nutrient rich and provides many benefits. If I remember correctly, I gave this an A tier on the fruit tier list video. So it's definitely a good fruit for you to eat, but most people just can't stand the smell or the taste, or both. It's banned on some planes and hotels as well for being so stinky. You either love it or absolutely hate it. There's no in-betweens. But when you see the other foods, you might change your mind on durian. The next food we have is gonna be another fruit, but the last fruit on the list, the Noni fruit. The Noni fruit also grows around Southeast Asia and is used more for medicinal properties. People do eat it as well in different recipes, but it definitely doesn't taste the best. How the taste is described is moldy cheese or even vomit. It smells as bad as it tastes as well. The nutritional properties of the fruit isn't even that good in the first place, so why would anyone want to eat this thing? At least the durian had some benefits to it, but the Noni fruit being medicinal does make it at least a bit better than all the others. But now that we're done with these gross fruits, let's move on to the real gross items. We now move on to a very tasty item, Casu Marzu. I don't know how to pronounce it. For anyone who doesn't know what this is, it's pecorino cheese coming from Sardinia. It's a delicacy of a cheese, but did I forget to tell you that the cheese is made by having cheese flies lay their larvae into the cheese. The larva then eats the cheese and poops it out, which gives the cheese its unique taste and texture. The process is usually repeated for 3 months until you are satisfied with the cheese's aroma, texture, and taste. Apparently, the taste is comparable to very ripe gorgonzola cheese and the smell to a strong aged pecorino with a hint of ammonia. If I had to guess, I bet the taste of the cheese would be fire, but just the thought of how it's made is not only disgusting, but can be dangerous as well. Rare cases of maggots surviving in the stomach acid can lead to myiasis, which is where the maggots burrow into your intestinal walls. Yeah, I think I'll be skipping out on eating Casu Marzu. Casu Marzu. But it only gets worse from here. Way, way worse. The next gross abomination to society we have is balut. Balut is eaten in many parts of the world, including Southeast Asia to even parts of North America. What is balut, you may ask? Well, my friend, balut is a partial formed bird fetus inside the egg. You drink the liquid inside the egg, then you just eat whatever bird is inside of that egg. I feel like the only reason it's weird is just the thought of it being a partially formed fetus, and just having the mental capacity to actually take a bite of the bird must be hard. Again, just like durian, most people either love it or absolutely hate it. But honestly, I can probably see why people would actually like it, but it's just a mental issue eating this thing. Because I've eaten my fair share of weird items. For example, cow tongue or lengua is a very tender, juicy cut of meat that's really good in tacos. Those Mexicans really know how to do it. So if Mexicans got their hands on balut, maybe they could turn that into some crazy dish. For me, balut is just a mental issue, so now let's move on to a dish that's mentally scarring and tasting disgusting. We now move on to a local delicacy of China, virgin boy eggs. How virgin boy eggs are made is by collecting the pee of boys, preferably the ages of 1 through 10. You then boil the pee, and then that's how you get the hard-boiled eggs in the piss. You then crack the eggs, and then you let those eggs marinate in the piss until they're ready. And that's how virgin boy eggs are made. By the way, they collect the pee from elementary school restrooms or public restrooms. Many residents believe the eggs offer health benefits, such as reducing body heat, promoting circulation, and preventing heat stroke. There is no scientific evidence around these claims. The taste is described as a mild taste of urine, but not strong. Very reassuring. The only reason this is at number 5 is because there's just so much worse. And this doesn't look as disgusting. Like, I feel like if you didn't know what this was, you just think it's a yellow egg or something. But the next things that are coming up are actually like legitimately disgusting. The next item we have is a 2020 blast from the past, bat soup. Bat soup is a culinary tradition in mainly Balut, Philippines. I don't know how to pronounce that. It is made by simmering the whole bat or parts of it in a broth with spices and other ingredients. The flavor is often described as similar to chicken. You're pretty much playing Russian roulette with this dish though. So the main issue is how much diseases the bat you're eating has. Bats harbor many viruses and deadly pathogens. Diseases may include rabies, brain inflammation, Ebola, stuff like that. I bet the soup doesn't even taste that bad, but just the health risk alone is enough to put a lot of people off on it. But this could be interchangeable with our next item. Okay, I want you to guess what the next item will be. Are you ready? Yeah, it's monkey soup. Monkey soup is still eaten in parts of Africa from different tribes. Monkey soup is also a meme for some reason. Honestly don't know why, but I thought it should be worth noting. Again, just like bat soup, monkey meat can carry deadly pathogens as well. But this time, there's also an ethical concern of eating primates. I've seen a video where Sonny tries monkey meat, and even he didn't like it. He said hopefully that's not what human meat would taste like, but we'll never know unless you're a cannibal. Honestly, it's just up to you whether bat soup or monkey soup is worse. I wouldn't blame you for putting another one higher than the other. We are now down to our final 3 contestants, where a large majority of people absolutely despise these creations. But our number 3 worst/disgusting food item is haggis. Haggis is the national dish of Scotland. What is haggis? Well, haggis is pretty much just meat pudding. How it's made is using sheep parts like liver, heart, and lungs, then mixing it with beef, the fat around the liver, and oatmeal, and with a bunch of spices to make haggis. I honestly think haggis is only hated because of the liver taste, because a lot of people hate the taste of liver. It's pretty much just iron and blood, but in my opinion, haggis doesn't look that nasty compared to the others, but the masses have spoken, and haggis is now one of the worst. Our number 2 worst food ever is surströmming. Surströmming, originating from Sweden and is a staple food in northern Sweden. What is surströmming? It's a fish caught in the Baltic Sea and just sits fermenting for a long time. The reason why this is at number 2 is because apparently it's one of the worst smells on earth. Surströmming is banned on airplanes because of how bad it smells. The smell is described as a rotting corpse. It also has the potential to blow up due to the gas buildup from fermentation. It definitely doesn't taste as bad as it smells, because if it did, this would easily be number one. But there's only one definitive food that gets the number one spot for not only smelling terrible, but described as one of the worst tasting foods ever. In number one, we have Hakarl. Hakarl is pretty much fermented shark, the Greenland shark to be specific. The shark needs to be fermented for a long time, around 6 months, because the Greenland shark meat is not good enough to eat when it's freshly catched. Hakarl is the national dish of Iceland, funnily enough, even though it's from a Greenland shark. The smell is described as a strong ammonia-like smell. The taste is often described as fishy, blue cheese, or piss. Hakarl usually isn't eaten as a meal, but more like a snack where you take small bites here and there. Kind of like Surströmming, the taste isn't, I guess, as terrible as it smells, but like not by a lot. The reason why I put Hakarl at number one is because Surströmming only smells terrible, but at least has an edible taste, while Hakarl smells both terrible and tastes disgusting. The smell not being as bad as Surströmming, but then having the taste be bad as well, I feel like that even stings out a little bit more, which is why I think Hakarl is also more dangerous to eat. But either way, for me, Hakarl takes the number one spot as the most disgusting food ever. Honorable mentions. I'll be quick on their honorable mentions. First up, we got hot dogs because they're made from garbage meat. Number two, blood. Some people drink animal blood for the great nutrient content, but it's just a hard sight to look at. Number three, lettuce, because lettuce sucks. And number four, Arby's. Well, that's all for today, fellas. If you think I missed out on a certain nasty food, please let me know. I'll take it up for consideration. These are all just opinions from the masses, because there's at least someone out there that might love all of these. But one food that we could all agree on that is nasty is Arby's, because no one likes Arby's. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. We're so close to hitting 1.3k subs. Oh, I could almost taste it. Thank you for everything. It means a lot to me. And hopefully, there's more to come. Goodbye for now. You guys are the real goats.